So, of course, this kind of experience is powerful no matter where you are in the world. But the island of Nevis honestly has this special atmosphere that creates the perfect conditions for this kind of transformation. So, I want to tell you a little bit about um, Nevis. So, I'm going to just share my screen here so you can see some pictures as I'm talking, so you don't have to just watch me the whole time. So you're seeing a little map here so you can kind of get an idea of where we're at on the map, because a lot of people, just like I had never heard of St. Kitts and Nevis before I came here, a lot of people have never heard of the place. And honestly, that's what makes it so awesome, is that it's not on everybody's radar. So you can kind of see my little blue dot up here showing you that's Florida. And then we have Puerto Rico here. And so we are approximately 220 miles southeast of Puerto Rico. So we are a small Caribbean island. We're part of the Federation and the independent country of St. Kitts and Nevis. Our island is about 36 square miles with approximately 13,000 people. And at the center of our island is a dormant volcano, which is surrounded by lush green rainforest and white and black sand beaches. And of course, this beautiful, delicious Caribbean water. So Nevis is known for its quiet, natural, authentic island atmosphere. We don't have any high rises or a cruise ship port. No fast food chains, no traffic lights, no shopping malls, no casinos. So if you're into that kind of vibe, this is not the place for you. And that makes it the perfect sort of idyllic Caribbean experience that most people sort of fantasize about, and also the perfect place to dedicate some time to mind and body wellness, because life moves slow in Nevis. And honestly, that slower rhythm is medicine in itself. So most people coming to Nevis have to first fly into St. Kitts and then take a short water taxi over to Nevis. So this is actually what the drive from the airport looks like. Okay, so you get to drive over these lush green rolling hills. You can see in the back, see where my blue dot is? And my internet's lagging a little bit now. You see it. That is Mount Nevis back there. So this is the island of Nevis back here in the distance. And so to get to Nevis, your driver takes you from the airport through these rolling green hills. You got the Atlantic Ocean on your left-hand side. You got the Caribbean Sea on your right-hand side. It's a beautiful scenic drive. And then after about 30 minutes drive from the airport, you arrive at Reggae Beach. And this is where you get your water taxi to Nevis, which only takes about 7 minutes to get across the channel to Nevis. And the boat takes you directly to your accommodation. And by the way, your transfers from the airport, all of the taxi and the water taxi and all of that is included in your package, and you're supported the entire way. So our retreat headquarters is at Awali Beach. This is a small family-owned, eco-friendly hotel located on a quiet swimming beach, which overlooks the scenic channel between St. Kitts and Nevis. So you can see in this picture from the other way, you can see St. Kitts off there in the distance, and you can see the nice beach there. And you can see how the rooms are spaciously scattered along the bay in these traditional style gingerbread cottages, which reflect the traditional architecture of the island of Nevis. So you don't have that fancy cookie cutter, high rise, modernized, sterilized resort atmosphere. And you are literally on the beach when you stay here. Like, you walk out of your room. I'm actually in one of the rooms right now, and I'm looking out the window and I can see the water. I'm looking at the view that you guys are seeing in this picture right now. And I just want to point out that Awali is not a flashy luxury resort, and that is intentional. I choose it because it perfectly captures the idyllic tranquility and simplicity of Caribbean beach life. And I have noticed that modern, polished, high-rise architecture that feel really disconnected from the traditional culture of the island. And I don't know about you, but I'm not really attracted or impressed by places like that. When I travel, I want to commune with the soul of the place that I'm visiting, and I want to support families rather than corporations and wealthy foreign investors. And I want to be able to sit and have a genuine conversation with the locals while enjoying the actual natural environment of the place that I'm visiting. And so that's exactly what you're getting with Awali Beach Resort, is that traditional, like authentic, old school island atmosphere. So this is what the inside of the rooms look like. They're complete with all of the comforts that you need and want. You have air conditioning, you have Wi-Fi, you have a little mini fridge, you have a coffee maker, you even have a small TV if you really want to watch TV while you're here. And I'm actually in one of the rooms now, so I don't want to fuss too much by moving my technology since it's so fussy and sensitive. But you can see behind me, I'm in one of the rooms. So you can see the bed behind me. It's actually, there's nothing fancy about it, but it's cozy. And it's, like I said, I'm looking outside and I'm watching the sunset on the beach right now. So that's special. One of the best parts of these rooms is the screened in porch. So all of the rooms have this little screened in patio where you are literally like at the beach, but you're all also in your private accommodations. And you can, like I said, literally just step outside your room and you're already at the beach. So if you're an ocean lover like me, that's perfect. You just walk out and you're already there. You get to fall asleep to the sounds of the ocean, the sound of singing tree frogs. Here in a while, it's starting to get dark. You might start to hear the frogs singing. In the mornings, you wake up to quiet scenes of fishermen preparing their boats for the day, monkeys playing in the coconut trees, maybe some sheep passing through for a morning graze. And oh yeah, Maggie says not too many bugs, and that's true. You'd be surprised. And this is actually one of my favorite things about Awali is that, because we're out in, the countryside. And so we're not close to like city and stuff like that. So we get donkeys and monkeys and cows and sheep and goats that occasionally stroll through the property. And in my opinion, that gives it a really unique atmosphere. And that is actually one of the, it quickly becomes one of the favorite things that a lot of people like about the atmosphere as well. There's also an open air restaurant and beach bar on site that serves Caribbean and international dishes. They serve local craft beer from Nevis, and they also host some pretty nice live music sessions a couple times a week. And one of the things that makes this place so special is there's always like this down to earth mixture of visitors and locals. Sometimes when you're a tourist and you go places and it's like you feel like you're just around other tourists, but when you're at Awali, this place like attracts visitors and locals alike. So this is a place where you can really hang out and get to know the locals. And you will quickly become on a first name basis with the staff here as well. So this is your view from your breakfast every morning. Your breakfast is included in your retreat package. You can also have lunch and dinner here, or you can choose to, dine at one of the many other options on the island, some of them within walking distance. In addition to unique Caribbean style cuisine, you're going to be able to find about just any other kind of food that you like here in Nevis. One of the most popular experiences on the retreat is the Rastafarian Vitality Experience, which provides an intimate glimpse into Rasta culture, which is a lifestyle of simplicity and harmony with nature that was born here in the Caribbean islands. Think Bob Marley. Okay, Bob Marley is the most famous Rastafarian. So during this experience, my husband Derek, this is Derek, by the way. Hey, Derek. He cooks ital, which is traditional Rastafarian food, while we chill on the beach listening to roots reggae music. So the word ital comes from the word vital, which stems from the Rasta belief that food is medicine. So ital food is organic, it's plant-based, gluten-free most of the time, made with only the freshest ingredients that come directly from the earth. And it's cooked in a clay yaba pot over a fire. It's served in a tropical gourd bowl with a coconut spoon. So you get to really like experience the traditional style. And you also get to sample some different botanical juices from the island. Every day, you can opt to join a therapeutic yoga and meditation session in our indoor beachfront yoga room, which is just steps away from your guest room at Awali Beach. So that's our yoga room there. And then on some days, you're invited to a special session off property, such as sunrise yoga on secluded Lovers Beach. On another day, we do a mindfulness hike in the rainforest. So I guide all of these sessions with a foundation of mindfulness and conscious breath work with an emphasis on yin yoga. So in case you're not familiar, yin yoga provides a profound restoration to the body tissues. It clears congestion in the energetic channels, carries you into the deeper realms of who you are. It's a very accessible practice to most people. We also explore some slow, mindful somatic movement. We do some practices that incorporate myofascial release and acupressure, as well as some specialty meditations like Yoga Nidra, which is deep relaxation, Metta Bhavana, which is the cultivation of loving kindness, and laughter meditation. And as I said, all of these offerings are accessible to practitioners of different levels of experience and mobility. So whether you're an experienced yogi or whether you are completely new to this sort of thing, you can rest assured that you are in the right place. These practices are not about performance or fashionable fitness, but about connecting with the world within. And you'll also have the opportunity to book some private sessions with me on our free days. Most people end up opting into trying the Thai yoga massage and don't regret it. If you've never tried Thai yoga massage, you simply have to try it. And then we also take these practices and techniques out into the world and apply them to some conscious adventures. We do some forest bathing and a mindfulness rainforest hike. We go to some volcanic hot springs. We do an island road trip. You get to go all the way around the island, see what it looks like, get the vibe. We do a cruise over to St. Kitts, where you can do some snorkeling or even some scuba diving if you're into scuba diving. And speaking of, I just want to give you a quick glimpse of what our itinerary looks like. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm going to put the link in the chat actually to my retreat page. And that way, if you want to, the itinerary is on there. So if you want to get a detailed idea of what our itinerary looks like, then you can go there and see it. So obviously, you know, everything is planned and curated for you, but there's also a lot of spaciousness. This isn't one of those retreats where every second is scheduled with something. I try to balance it with, you know, plenty of, you know, interesting and fun and relaxing activities, but also plenty of space to do your own thing and to have solitude when you need it. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through here. Our morning yoga practices start at 7:30 in the morning. And some people are like, oh my God, 7:30, that's so early. But I just want to point out that when you are in a place like this, when you come to the tropics, even if you normally are a late sleeper at home, you are going to naturally find that you sort of get into the rhythm of nature here. And in the tropics, by 8 o'clock in the morning, it's hot, the sun is blaring. And so you're really going to savor those mornings in Nevis. And it also just gives us time to, be slow and intentional throughout our day. So you can see, like, most days we have morning yoga, and most days we have like a little experience that you can do after breakfast. On the Monday, we do our island road trip. You do an entire loop around the island. You get to stop in some cool spots to just get a feel for what the island is. We do a sunrise yoga at Lovers Beach, which is a secluded beach, about 10-minute walk from Awali on the Tuesday. Tuesday nights, they have live music at Awali, which is a lot of fun. On the Wednesday, we do that scenic cruise across the channel over to the leeward side of St. Kitts, where the water is really calm and really clear. And we spend a few hours there just chilling out. And you can opt to go snorkeling if you want to, or you can do a scuba dive if you're a scuba diver. We also have some opportunities to eat out as a group. So there's a couple nights a week that if you want to come out as a group and eat, then I take you to some nice places for food and drinks. And then Thursday is the only day that we don't have yoga in the morning, because we get an earlier start for our mindfulness rainforest hike. Inspired by the words of the revered Zen Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh, we approach the scenic hike as a mindfulness meditation. And we practice forest bathing surrounded by the tranquil sounds of a small waterfall. You can wear your swimsuit under your clothes if you want to plunge into its refreshing pool. And then later on our way home, we stop at the volcanic hot springs. And then we have a special therapeutic session in the afternoon, yin yoga and myofascial release. Most people get an early night that night because it's such a therapeutic day. And then Friday is another free day. And so after our yoga and breakfast, then you can choose to go on an adventure on the island. I give you a list of all of the fun stuff there is to do on Nevis. Like you can go over to St. Kitts and do a tour there. You can climb to the top of the volcano. You can do horseback riding on the beach. And then, of course, on these free days, I'm also offering the Thai yoga massage and private sessions as well. And then on Saturday, on your last day, we have a final session together, which is specially curated to help you to assimilate and integrate this very transformative and therapeutic week, and to prepare you for the journey ahead. Of course, if you don't want to leave, you can always extend your stay. So quite a few participants opt to arrive a few days early or stay a couple days late, just for a little bit of extra time to integrate and to relax and to get some time to themselves. And if you do decide to extend your stay, I have some special rates that I can extend to you for that.